You look up, the moon is gone. In its place, a storm-wracked giant fills half the sky. Jupiter is now 238,900 miles from your face. Its great red spot stares down like a furious, unblinking eye wider than your entire planet. Your first thought isn't wonder, it's terror. Because gravity doesn't care about your awe. It has already begun to pull. The oceans are the first to feel it. Every drop of water on Earth is now being hauled toward that striped Leviathan. Tides aren't coming in. They are detonating. A single mountainous wall of seawater, hundreds of miles high, gathers itself on the side of Earth facing Jupiter. It doesn't roll toward the coastlines. It simply stands up, a vertical cliff of water reaching into the upper atmosphere, held aloft by a force 25,000 times stronger than the moon's pull. But the water isn't the only thing moving. The ground beneath you groans. The crust of your planet, solid rock you believed was immutable, begins to distort. It stretches like taffy toward the sky. You feel a sickening lurch in your stomach, not from fear, but from a sudden, tangible decrease in the force pinning you to the earth. Gravity is being stolen. So what happens when the most stable thing in human history is swapped for a cosmic god of chaos? How long do you have before your world is literally torn apart? The clock starts at midnight. You are not drowning yet. The Titanic water wall is still gathering, a cataclysm in slow motion. Your attention is ripped upward by a new horror. The sky is on fire. Jupiter's immense magnetic field, 20,000 times stronger than Earth's, has already enveloped your planet. The Van Allen belts are shredded in an instant. Earth's protective magnetic bubble is gone. In its place, a torrent of radiation, Jupiter's relentless particle storm, washes over the atmosphere. Auroras don't dance at the poles. They ignite everywhere. The entire night sky erupts in a blinding, lethal rainbow of ionized gases. It is beautiful, and it will kill every unprotected organism on the surface within hours. But the light show is just a symptom. The real violence is in the pull. Jupiter's gravity yanks on Earth's molten iron core. The dynamo that generates your planet's magnetic field stutters, then churns in a new, chaotic rhythm. The ground begins to vibrate with a deep, planetary hum. Tectonic plates, held in a delicate balance for ons, are shoved out of alignment. The first mega quakes strike not along fault lines, but everywhere. Continents buckle like sheets of paper. Mountains rise and fall in hours. Volcanoes you've never heard of tear themselves open from the crust, spewing ash that will blot out the sun for centuries. Your concept of solid ground is now a memory. The planet is becoming liquid. You run for high ground. It's a futile instinct. There is no high ground. The ocean wall finally collapses. It doesn't crash onto the continents. It simply falls forward, a cascade of entire seas moving at supersonic speeds. The wavefront is thousands of feet tall, but its true terror is its depth. It scores the planet to the bedrock. New York, Shanghai, the Amazon basin, all are erased down to the granite in less than an hour. The water doesn't stop. Carried by momentum and Jupiter's relentless tug, it sloshes around the globe in a series of planet-girdling tsunamis that make the initial impact look like a ripple. The atmosphere is next. Jupiter's gravity grabs the very air you breathe. Hurricane-force winds, born in an instant, scream toward the giant planet. They are not made of air alone. They are thick with dust, ash, debris, and water vapor. A hypercane with the entire atmosphere as its fuel. The sound is beyond comprehension. It is the scream of a world being skinned alive. But you won't hear it for long. The atmospheric pressure plummets as the gas is stripped away. Your eardrums burst. Your blood begins to boil at room temperature. The sky, once a nurturing blue, is now a thin, toxic haze being vacuumed into space. Just when you believe the chaos has peaked, the scale shifts again. You look up. Jupiter is no longer just hanging there. It is growing. You realize with dawning horror that you are not looking at Jupiter moving. You are falling toward it. Earth has been yanked from its stable orbit around the Sun. The two planets, your home and its captor, are now a binary system locked in a death spiral. Kepler's laws are now weapons. Jupiter is 318 times more massive than Earth. You are the feather falling toward the anvil. The distance of 238,900 miles, once a buffer, is now a closing countdown. The delicate orbital dance is now a violent tango that can only end one way. As Earth spirals in, the effects of Jupiter's gravity become exponentially more violent. Tidal forces, already planet-wrecking, become world-rending. The side of Earth facing Jupiter is pulled so much harder than the far side that the planet begins to deform into an egg shape. The crust, already shattered, shears completely. Magma from the mantle erupts in global fissures, turning the surface into a single, planet-wide volcano. The oceans have long since boiled away into the thickening, superheated atmosphere. Your world is now a glowing, semi-molten blob of rock, stretching itself into a teardrop pointed at its destroyer. You have reached the Roche limit. This is the invisible line where a large body's gravity overcomes the smaller body's own self-gravity. For Earth approaching Jupiter, that distance is roughly 110,000 miles. You cross it. Gravity ceases to be a force pulling on your planet. It becomes a force pulling your planet apart. The difference in pull between the side facing Jupiter and the side facing away is now greater than the force holding Earth together. It starts with the atmosphere, finally ripped away completely in one last, silent gust. Then the crust, already fragmented, peels back in continent-sized plates. They don't fall. They float upward, drawn into a spiraling stream of debris. The mantle follows, a river of incandescent magma unraveling into space. The core, the last solid piece of your world, holds for a moment longer, a final, defiant heart, before it too is shredded into molten droplets. Within a day, the planet you called home is no longer a sphere. It is a spectacular, glittering ring of scorched rock and vaporized metal, stretching out along your final orbital path. You have become part of Jupiter's accretion disk, a new, temporary addition to its system of rings. The process that built planets 4.5 billion years ago is now playing in reverse, live for an audience of one gas giant. So, what if the moon was replaced with Jupiter? The answer is not a list of disasters. It is an expiration date. The moon provides stability, gentle tides, a steady axial tilt, a slow orbital pace. Swap it for Jupiter, and you swap a partner for a predator. The gentle pull becomes a crushing grip. The stable sky becomes a radiation bath. The solid ground becomes a liquid nightmare. You don't get to watch Jupiter in the sky. You get to be digested by it. The beautiful, banded king of the planets would, from your new front row seat, be the last thing you ever see. Not as a distant dot, but as an all-consuming god filling your entire universe, its stormy face, the final page of human history. You looked up. The moon was gone. And with it, every condition that made your life possible. The clock started at midnight. It ended before dawn.